I talk a lot. I'm a pretty loud person, and my friends might tell you that I'm not afraid to express my opinions, and I'm debative. People who aren't quite my friends might say I'm argumentative, which raises the question, what is the difference between argument and debate? Linguistically, the only difference between an argument and a debate is the emotion with which the words are delivered. An argument is passionate and conducted in a heated manner. A debate is more formal and provides for polite discussion. Ignoring for a moment both intent and emotion, they are both exchanges of opinions. Exchanges of opinions is a really roundabout way of talking about something that we talk about all the time. Normally we just call it communication. Communication is integral to everything that has ever happened, ever. Nothing was ever accomplished in silence or by one man acting alone. History is built by groups of men and women working in tandem towards common goals. They communicated. Many times, they had divergent opinions on the best way to accomplish these goals. They argued. Argument did not weaken their resolve or prevent them from achieving. It brought many courses of action to light and allowed them to pick the best course of action. They produced amazing results. The point I endeavor to make is that argument is not bad. Inherently, argument is the exchange of opposing views. Argument is communication. Teaching communication skills is the goal of education. This is one of Salisbury's mission statements. In a bunch of words, it basically says that Salisbury feels communication is important, and the rest of America would agree with us. A Pew Research Center study found that Americans across the country believe communication is important. 90% of people believe communication is the most important skill we need to teach our children, ahead of math, science, English, reading, and logic. Interestingly, people who have a college degree or who have attended college were more likely to rank communication higher compared to those with only a high school diploma. This is most easily explained by the emphasis that college puts on communication. College students are forced to communicate, many times in a way that's unfamiliar to them. They're forced to communicate with people who disagree with them. I do not mean to say that all high school students agree, or disagreements are non-existent at the high school level. I would simply point out that high schools draw geographically, meaning that many students share a similar socioeconomic background. This means they've had similar life experiences. We are the sum of our experiences, and as such, students with similar life experiences tend to agree with each other. Colleges look for diversity. They purposely recruit students from many different backgrounds, and many times room students together who could very easily disagree with each other. No matter how integrated a high school classroom is, by age, gender, or race, the way school districts work will always limit the range of opinions in the room. School districts are the small pond. There's, of course, another factor limiting argument in the classroom: years of education. From kindergarten forward, we discourage children from arguing, because arguing isn't polite. Sharing is caring, and argument isn't caring. So what is an educator to do? Schools need to teach communication, but inherently, argument is part of communication. Schools need to teach communication, but inherently, school settings are not predisposed to argument, and it wouldn't be correct to have students constantly arguing with each other, because that's not polite. And it goes against years of teaching. So we're at a predicament. However, schools are in need of a method of communication that lies on the corner of etiquette and argument. We normally call that intersection polite argument or debate. I remind you of my opening query. Debate is a more formalized exchange of opinions. Most importantly, debate is devoid of argument and passion. This means it's more polite and refined. Additionally, this means it's teachable. You can't make a student be passionate about Macbeth. You can't make them argue Macbeth then. However, you can teach a student to debate Macbeth, because you don't need to be passionate to have a debate. You don't need to get angry to have a debate. You just need to be able to exchange an opinion with another person who does not share the same opinion. That's communication, and it's easily taught through debate. Debate need not be confined to an English or social studies class. even though this is where it's most easily applied. Math classes can use debate. Having two students explain how they reach the same answer through different methods allows them to exchange ideas, building communication skills, and teaches all the other students in the room important math skills. That's a form of debate. It can also be pursued outside of the classroom. Salisbury is extremely fortunate to have a thriving debate and Model United Nations club. According to the LA Times, the number of formal debate clubs and such clubs are rising around the country. Students are interested in these clubs and pursuing these interests, but we depend on teachers and advisors to coach, train, and run these clubs. Salisbury is blessed to have teachers who do this. Other school districts aren't, and we should work towards encouraging teachers to teach debate, to run these clubs. Even at Salisbury, we could improve though. Typically, debate clubs and Model UN clubs are filled with the same group of people, the so-called academics. But an athlete can also participate in a debate club. It's equally important that they learn these skills. Personally, I'm a swimmer. I swim 6 days a week, 2.5 hours a day. I keep up my grades in school, I have a social life. And that's never prevented me from being on part of debate or part of Model UN. I still pursue these interests. I still build my communication skills because I've had wonderful teachers who are willing to work with me. We need to encourage teachers to build these communication skills and to work with students to fit their schedules. Because communication skills are necessary to everyone, not just academics. Athletes need them too. Debate is the best way to teach communication skills. It works in school, it's polite, it's not argument, and it's an exchange of opinions. Let us remember that just because debate is a form of argument, it's not inherently bad, and that it's the key to our future. Thank you.